So I'm going to focus on finger spelling and not swaying. That's why I'm going to try and sit in the chair and see if I can not sway as much. And we'll see if it's a good idea or not. So it started in California in the 60s. Making tools for rock climbing. We were the top of business, but we didn't really care. We just wanted to support our the hobby that we do. So I had workers that were rock climbers and surfers. And on days where the weather was good and the surfing was good, we would close up shop and we would go out. So in 1978, Doug asked me if I wanted to go to Patagonia to go rock climbing. In a mountain called Fitzroy. So we decided to go after 2 weeks. We just left. So we drove all the way down there from Mexico City. It was just a crazy area. It was a beautiful mountain. There were no people living there. Growing up in nature really has a big influence on you, and you feel connected to it. That's why traveling is so important to us. This was the best trip ever. A couple years ago, I found a video from Yvonne and Doug's trip to Patagonia. I wanted to do the same eventually in the future. For them, it was a van, and for me, it was a boat. They needed workers on the boat, and I needed a place to stay. My name is Jeff Johnson. I grew up in California. It's not near the beach. It's a very small community. There are 2 big events that happened in my life that greatly... I went camping in Yosemite. and I could see through the telescope a man rock climbing, and I was just fascinated. The second event was watching my first watching a surfing video. People going to dangerous areas, and I wanted to do the same. I have moved all around my entire life. I've been a dish boy, a lifeguard, but now I started a real job, and I kind of stayed in one spot. I never have forgotten my dream to go to Patagonia. I could easily just take my 2 weeks and fly down there, but it's not the same experience as getting on a boat. My future is unclear, and I don't know it. I collect connection to the environment, and it inspires and sustains me. My friends tell me my friend told me that the best traveling teaches you things you never asked. I met Yvonne for the first time a while back, and I told him about the movie that I had found. He's a good rock climber, a skilled surfer. We're very similar. People ask me what to read and what movies to watch, but you need to go there and experience it yourself. Yvonne gave me this picture of a mountain, and it's beautiful, and I imagined myself at the top. I get a boat, and the captain. I'm lucky to be able to be on this, but I've never been on a boat before for this many months. I'm still uneasy, but I have lots of hope. Oh, I'm not feeling very good. I'm dizzy. I haven't slept. I'm trying to. I want to throw up. I'm starting to get more comfortable. So, Everest is the opposite. Snooty people pay money for people to help them climb. Oh, they arrive at camp. They don't have to make camp themselves. The goal of climbing Everest is to change yourself. If you don't do that, in the start and the finish, you will be the same person. So Yvonne and Doug will be in Patagonia when I arrive. Doug lives there, and Yvonne is flying in for a project. He told me that the ice will soon be melting after December, but I've also never ice climbed before. I needed a group of people, so I picked two. Keith and Tim. So if you drop it, it'll stop you. He's been all over the world. He's a pro surfer. But he left it, and now he surfs, searching for new places. So we decided to do rock climbing so his skills could improve. He's not really climbed before, and he's kind of scared of heights. So in the 60s, rock climbing was different. You bought a van, you camped right near the wall, and it's just beautiful. It was hard. North America. The North American wall on El Capitan, we were the first to climb the whole thing. It took 10 days. If you went halfway and got stuck, we weren't even sure if we could get back down. It's the same as surfing, very big waves. The surfers were scared because they didn't know what would happen. We love that. So we're all going to meet in Patagonia early in the morning, every morning. I started disconnecting from my house, from what I was, and connecting to the environment I am in. Help, help, help. Our 70-foot mast broke. We're in the ocean. And I know we need to just disconnect it, but the captain has another idea for us to bring it back on board. 12 hours later, we've collected all of the pieces. I struggle with the responsibility that I have with it all. I'm tired. We finally sailed to Easter Island. The word adventure has been used a lot. Real adventure happens when all of the mistakes arise. That's really the adventure. Is when nothing goes according to plan. As we finally arrive in this very rural island. We plan to stay a few days, but maybe it will be longer now. I've met a woman who's teaching children, who's promised to show me the island. But it's nearing December, but I'm not worried. It looks the same as long ago. We used to watch the airplanes drop things. As kids, we enjoyed watching them fly overhead. We would climb up into trees and just watch. We'd eat food and watch the planes fly by. You enjoyed that? Yeah. I started surfing and I was the only surfer. I was a woman. I asked my brother if I could go with him. He said, no, it was only for men. But I still pestered and finally became a surfer. When I visit big cities, I close my eyes and imagine this island here with the blue skies and the beautiful waters and the people. And it sustains me and makes me strong. I don't want to change the island. I want it to stay just like it is. When days become weeks, when the weather's calm, we work on the boat. But if it's not, I rock climb and surf. I tell her my plans of what I'm going to climb. And she asks if she can go too. And I told I would ask the captain. They told me the story about the island when all of their resources slowly started to diminish. They tried to improve and improve and improve, and the people started to separate into different groups and try to become the best out of all of the groups. And that's our society. They cut down all of the trees. They were obsessed with it. And slowly their resources started to disappear. And the people started to die down from 30,000 people to only 111. If we study the society's destruction, what does that mean for our society today? And we're doing all of the same mistakes as before. We're in the same situation. I remember the quote, is that learning is about learning. The captain found plans that were of a very old boat. That's our only way that we can fix it. After a month of working at fixing the mast, I lose 500 pounds. Worried that the boat might mess up and we'll be thrown off with it. If this fails, my trip is over. After a month here on the island, we will soon be leaving for Chile. But now I kind of want to stay. It's hard to leave someplace that you feel so connected to. I tell myself I'll be back, but I maybe won't. That part really didn't make sense, just so I know for future. I've learned how to become a better person. Um, Even though I am the champion of nothing. We must protect this area. After 16 days on the boat, we arrive. Since they need to stay behind to work on the boat, I decide to go another way with my friend. And they say that they know someone here that could help me. My mom says my grandfather traded all this land for a horse. Wow, really? Yep, one horse. That was the trade. my surfing experience. I had 2 days of perfect surfing. Oh, that I'll never forget. Thank you. You've seen the beaches change from businesses' impact. They do not respect the land. Uh, he tells me of the dangers of all of the buildings starting to pop up. After 3 months, on a boat, we finally arrived in the town. There are more people here than LA. The buildings are huge. They keep popping up. And I start thinking about improvement and development. And how there is a limit. You can't continue. Yvonne told me if we visited here that he had a friend that focuses on protecting the the native people here. Keith is finally here. After having surgery on his knee. I thought Tim would be with him, but he's not. So hoping he will show up soon. We get on the boat and begin to sail. We're finally here. You can look around. We're finally in Patagonia. "18 years ago up until now. They've worked to protect all of the land here. They've collected it with volunteer workers to protect the environment and set up farming programs for this area. We arrive a month late, but Yvonne and Doug are still here. This place, traveling here has changed me. Traveling here has changed. South America and the States are different. Doug came here to establish national parks. But the people living here wanted to know his ulterior motives. His people only protect things that they love. The people supported saving it. Flora thinks it's so important to save. There are some risks and negatives. And if something wrong happens, probably something wrong will happen, but the goal is to decrease those mistakes. I try to support and encourage this saving, but we have different ways of doing it, us two. He gets frustrated and thinks about the end of society, and I'm just kind of calm. I do what I can, but that's it. I tell him, let's think about the suffering of the people. People steal the land. But many people think he is a bad person that steals the land. But he's a good person. So we're trying to save these plants. Our trees. On the Lago Island. So we built this nature house So the Chilean country gave this waterway to a business for an energy company to set up a program. And you can see what happens to the waterway nowadays. The waterway is just dissipated. And the problem is the growth and development. I started thinking about all of this. People feel comfortable with their things that we all have. Finally, Tim has arrived from rock climbing. All year the beaches. You can see it just depends on the weather. Have you gone there? Yes. Doug is the only person to be on the top. It's a 3-day hike to the start of the mountain. And his climbing partner decided to back off. But Doug decided to keep going by himself with no rope. Which is crazy. You have to think not only about going up, but coming and climbing back down, and that takes a different skill that no one's ever done again. You see what I've set up here? Not in the past, not in the future, but now. I've worked all my life for this. I'm living for right now. The next morning, Yvonne surprised all of us by getting on the boat with us. He's 75 years old. This may be his last climbing big trip. After 2 days and 5 months of traveling, I finally concede. I can imagine myself there looking down. You know, do you like rock climbing? Yes, I like rock climbing. Have you rock climbed before? Yes, I have. Keith, decided to stay and search for waves, but we continued on. Now we need to follow the waterway. I expect if you go a little higher in the trees, maybe that'd be better. Maybe a mile. This is the worst. We could have a plane fly us there, but that's not really. That's fake climbing. We've been climbing 10 hours every day. Hiking 10 hours every day. Technically climbing, kind of. For 3 days. I never experienced like something like this before. can see the wall now. If you fall, you may slide down. What's your experience with that? None? None? Why am I understanding this now? I told you before. That was before. This is serious. We left camp at 2 in the morning to start our hike. Finally, we're getting close. Keith's in another area right now searching for waves. Doesn't matter if they're small or big. He's found his relaxation time. Off belay. I'm worried. The snow has melted, and it's hard to climb now. There's a lot of movement. I'm happy and fine. You sure? Yeah. So we got our ropes tied in. We were hoping it would improve. But after 200 feet left, we have 200 feet left, but if we continue, this may be a bad idea. We've climbed 500 feet of It's a bad idea. Jeff. This is a bad idea. We need to go back down. After traveling here and imagining being on top, I have to back down. This has changed my experience, but I just must accept it. There's 2 pitches left. back. It can be safe, it can be dangerous, it just depends. Jeff is frustrated that it's over. But that's not the point. The goal doesn't change, is the important part. And now we're going to help with the project. People living in the area who oppose when a grassroots movement. It started a community and started to pick up more. The people who oppose dams and are asking the government to stop. Four days later, we arrive with 300 people supporting the protest. Before, this was farm area for sheep. But now it's machines. And the fences must be taken out. That's enough for now. Soon we will go home to our families. Tim will go back to Yosemite, California. Keith will go back to Canada. It's like we traveled to the past, but the people here, this is their present. It's a simple tradition, which is important. People have shown me if you love an area, you have the responsibility to protect it. But you must understand and know the area first. This is the waterway that the revolt is trying to protect. From the electric company that would send it to the electricity to another community. I'm not an expert, but this island will be in my memory forever. It's for 6 months I've surfed and rock climbed. It's simple, really. I've been connected to it all, and it makes me think about development. And taking more. How it's so hard to live simply. It's easy to have complex lifestyles. We talk about how we can't go back and we must move forward. Maybe if we turn around and move forward that way, which is growth and change. We can't fix a wrong system. Must change ourselves. Now that the climbing's finished, we're going to do one last climb. It's never been done before. And they asked me if I wanted to go with them. What do you want to call this route? I don't care. I just want to climb it and be done. It doesn't matter. Each of you must save your spirit some way.